Hello, YouTube. Welcome to another day. It's another beautiful, beautiful day. My name's Andrew. I'm a stuntman, performer, actor, and high performance coach. Also now a YouTuber. Thank you for blogging in today. Today's topic is, I know you're dealing with a lot of loneliness and you're dealing with a lot of these struggles by yourself, but believe it or not, you might be in for something special because you might be one of the very few that are chosen on this planet to do something very special. Okay, so let's get into a topic. There's a lot of times in your life you're going to feel like you don't belong into certain situations, and I'm also going to tell you little bits of things of myself personally, so that way it helps you understand it better. Okay, so you always felt like you're an outsider, misunderstood, or different from those around you. And in my field of business, I have to interact with all the cool kids and maintain my like face, but I don't belong in that group. I just worked on what I had to work on, my skills, my whatever talents I had that I understood I had, and just provided that to whatever production or set of business or whatever it is. I just understood the value I had, and I contributed to it, right? And it was very hard for me to like blend in with people because I was so like tunnel driven and focused. I was beaming like you know what I mean. I was dialed in, right? So for about 11 years I was just dialed into clubs, into gyms, and just focused. And the thing is, I lost a lot of people skills. And when I had to go back out into like the film world and all this stuff, it was kind of difficult because film people are totally different from gym people, right? So I had to go back and really find myself as an individual and understand that it's going to be a process, right? And because of that process, a lot of people don't make that sacrifice. Remember, a lot of people on the weekends are going out and doing stuff and partying and this and that, and they aren't dialed in, right? So if you're really dialed in, you're going to notice that you're going to be having a lot of lonely days, empty gyms, quiet nights, quiet phones, no texting. Your phone's not going to be bumping like it normally would, or it might be bumping a lot, but you're just so locked in that you don't even notice that it's ringing, right? So why this matters: being set apart often means you're being prepared for a unique purpose. The solitude you experience is helping you build resilience, clarity, and independence, which are essential for your path you're meant to walk, right? So you have to understand that all these little sacrifices are important. It's going to happen. It's going to be lonely. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be tough. And I understand. I've gone through it. I've gone through it for a long, long time. I'm going through it still. You know what I mean? Like, here's a great example. Just this past holidays, like, I didn't know all my family was like out in the Caribbean partying it up. Well, meantime, I was here just grinding away. I was just working on building the YouTube and thinking about great topics and great concepts to bring out and help and share to the world. I'm more focused on helping the world. I'm a people person at the end of the day. And even if that means I got to sacrifice a little bit of my happiness and a little bit of my time, as long as I know that I could help build the next pro athlete, build the next superstar media person, build the next corporate individual with the brain and the mind, build the next engineer or the next artist to like create. So that's what I realize my purpose is. And whatever I do, like in my field of business, I try to do it the best I could to bring that motivation. And that's how I ended up bringing people towards me that really mattered. That's how I found walking that path, the path to walk, and walking that path properly, right? Okay, moving on to point number 2. You face unusually hard struggles. And yeah, that's true. You're going to end up not just struggling financially, but you're struggling emotionally and mentally and physically, and you're tired and exhausted and you don't know who to trust. And I get it. I go through that all the time. I'm going through it right now. But, like, there's certain pockets and places and time in life that you could find yourself in that just give you extreme joy. Like for me, I just got off the set of Fire Country this morning. We had an early morning, and they ended up giving us Christmas presents. And look, Jerry Brockenheimer and his wife and everybody, the producers and everybody gave us like this beautiful Fire Country season 3 Cal Fire bag. So this is what this is what they gave the firefighters. And on the show, I'm prisoner firefighter. So they ended up giving us this gorgeous. Well, it's gorgeous. Thank you so much to the production, by the way. But they ended up giving us this gorgeous Fire Country sweater, and it says Fire Country 3. But the group that we're in is 3 Rock. So it's Fire Country 3 Rock, or Fire Country Season 3. And on the back, it's got a beautiful little accent of the 3 on it. So it's a really, really nice sweater. And, you know, we're very fortunate and thankful as a group to receive it. And what was really cool, it was appreciated and loved. Happy holidays from the cast, you know, cast and crew right there. Actually, that's pretty much the cast. That's Max, Billy, Kevin, Diane, Jordan, Jules, and Stephanie. And then the production team and producers were all on the bag, right? So you're going to find there's a lot of challenges. But you know what? In those little challenges, there's going to be little pockets, little moments of like community that are going to bring you together and bring you that happiness. And for me, it took a long, long time. But now I'm starting to find that happiness in that small community, okay? So trust in yourself and trust what you're doing, and be consistent and keep pushing, okay? So it feels like life has thrown more challenges at you than others, but through those challenges, you're now a well-versed and well-developed human being. People can't, you're untouchable. You're untouchable at that point. Like when I go on a set, even though on Fire Country, I'm just like a sub-supporting actor, it's a very complicated role. But, you know, we complement the lead actors, and it just, in that situation, because of all the challenges I overcame in my past, I'm able to do this role because it involves a little bit of stunt, it involves a little bit of acting, it involves a little bit of actual firefighting, it involves, you know, having some kind of history of understanding like how to play a criminal on screen, because I'm a criminal and I'm a firefighter, right? So these are the challenges, right? And a lot of people couldn't fit this role. You know, a lot of people in season 1 quit being a 3 Rock member because they couldn't wear the boots. Literally, the boots are tough on your feet. The gloves are heavy. The shovels are heavy. We're using real axes. You know, like we're actually going through like the whole entire process of a firefighter, but from a prisoner's perspective, right? And you're wearing the prisoner gear. You're wearing the helmet. You're all geared up. You're in the freezing cold out in the middle of February, and we're pretending it's like summertime in California, and we're pretending, well, we're acting like there's a mudslide or a disaster of some sort. So it takes a special type of person to finally fulfill a certain type of role in a high performance industry. And these moments of isolation and just complete, it feels like disrespect, right? But it kind of is. It's developing you, right? And it's preparing you for those moments when everybody else can't handle it. Right? This is not even an acting role. This is not even an acting role. I'm so happy for it. But it's not even an acting role, but it tells you that like now a major production, oh my God, they looked at your resume and they see, oh, you could stunt, you could act, da, 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 da. Let's just put you in this category for now. And who knows how we develop this team. Because what if just they make a spinoff with the 3 Rock guys? It might be something cool, right? So you never know. Believe in your journey. Believe in what you're doing. I know you're not getting a lot of wins right now, but trust it. Trust every chapter you make. Document every chapter. Let the world see it. Not 1,000 people would like it. You aren't going to get millions of views, but let the world see your work. Let the world see your work. If you don't want to have it posted forever, put it on your stories. But if you feel it's something that you want to have it immortalized and reposted, put it on your reels. And then start the Facebook channel. Like the main thing is when you come to the long form content and like creating that connection with people, you want to start the channel because that's going to really show people who you are and build that trust, right? So now, when you face these unusually hard struggles, diamonds are made under pressure, right? And your trials are not meaningless. That's why they're so valuable, right? They're shaping you into someone who can handle greatness. Often, those who endure the toughest battles are destined to make the biggest impact. And, you know, like, that's what it is. Like, apparently, I'm inspiring a lot of people. Apparently, and I don't know it, but in my community, in sports and athletics, apparently I'm inspiring the kids to be better and just do better and just want to impress me with their amazing tricks, you know, that they're learning that I used to be able to do and now they could do it. And even better than I could, more powerful, faster, more agile, on the line, perfectly biomechanically sound. These kids are superstars and they're just having fun. It's nothing to them, you know, and that's what made it so beautiful, right? Is having that impact onto people and not realizing it, right? And I didn't know I had that impact onto the actors and onto the other stunt performers. I didn't realize other stunt performers really appreciate me going out and helping out, showing them how to use weapons for camera and how to prepare certain types of falls and how to film certain things and edit it together so it's like professionally sound, right? So, okay, so let's go on to the third point, right? You have deep intuition or strong inner callings for things, right? You have a deep intuition. For me, I know personally, like, I've wanted to quit the film industry 1,000 times, 1,000 and times, 1,000 times, a bajillion times. I'm not even lying to you. But there's just something inside of me, deep down inside, that says, hey, man, like, yeah, you quit it, but you know what? What you got now? And then not only that, okay, all these people know you as Andrew, the stunt actor, the individual who could make it happen and finish the job. What are you going to do now? What happens if you quit? So when I do quit, it's funny. Okay, my phone will not ring when I'm hustling like a dog. I will hustle. I will reach. I'll email, I'll call people. Yeah, no worries, we'll keep you in mind for a job, blah, 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 blah. And you know what happens? Nothing happens. But the second that I say, forget this, I quit. I quit. I'm not taking any more time with this. Put too much effort into it. Ring. Email, text. So when you don't think about something too much, but you put a hard drive into what your belief is, you're good. It's gonna come to you. You know, it's just when you overindulge into it, it's too much. You know what I mean? The universe knows that you want to be a professional in X, Y, and Z. Okay, you don't need to let them know about A, B, and C. They provided you those environments and those interactions with the A, B, and C to get you to your X, Y, and Z. Okay, so just work on your X, Y, and Z and then finish it. Finish the whole alphabet. And when you're done the alphabet, then start counting the days until you start hitting it big. But don't forget about the alphabet you built. And don't talk down on the alphabet you built. And that, when I say the alphabet, I mean like everything, your education, the communication, the people, the connections, the character, okay? You could lose money, you could lose relationships, you could get those back, but you lose your character, cut, okay? That deep intuition is important, a sign that you have it. You have a sense. There's more to your existence than meets the eye, even if you can't pinpoint what it is yet. Okay, so for me, for the longest time when I was younger in my youth, I wanted to be Chuck Norris. I wanted to be like the colored Chuck Norris. And I my Caribbean family and friends, well, not family, but Caribbean interactions, they'd call it, my nickname was White Chuck Norris or Stuntman or, any type of ting along them things, right? So that was a weird sign because I wasn't really thinking about being a stunt performer. Correction. My grandma wanted me to be a Chuck Norris. I was a very young child wanting to be a Ninja Turtle, but I couldn't be a Ninja Turtle. So I settled with Chuck Norris and went to Taekwondo. Okay. So there was a deep intuition and that's what drove me. And I didn't know what it was. And I really didn't, until I was like 38, I didn't know what it was. So you might not know what it is for a while. But remember, if you're in the field of art and media or engineering or anything that involves like building and creating and crafting, and that includes construction, there's no age limit, right? Even food, there's no age limit to start creating, right? So if you have a deep intuition deep down inside, start creating because you owe it to the world, and the world would really appreciate your contributions to society. Okay. And why it matters. This inner pull is guiding you toward your purpose. Trust it, because while the present may seem confusing or bleak, your future will reveal everything and all the answers. Okay, so I'm going through just that little transition now where I'm starting to see all those years of film and hard work getting like the prosperity of that starting, and the fruition of it starting to come back, right? But it's very small and it's very slow, and I understand that's the process. It was very small and very slow to get to the mountain, and now that I'm at the bottom of the mountain and I'm looking up at all these producers and all these like actors, and you know what I mean, they appreciate and love me for my journey to get to them. And who knows in the future, who knows in the future? I hope you guys like really follow and document your journeys with me along this, so that way we could share it together. And who knows, man, like I'm hoping to be the best I could ever be in this industry. And by doing that, I hope it motivates people like you and YouTube viewers all around the world and other athletes and performers to really look deep down inside themselves and know that they're meant for something bigger and better. And even though the people around them right now may not appreciate or value who they are, I do. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't make these videos. And I'm going to make them daily. And I'm going to kick my own butt if I don't make them, because I owe it to me, to you. Okay? So let's go on, okay? So those were 3 things, right? And why you should, this is something I want to start talking about, is why you shouldn't be too concerned about the present right now. The present, a lot of things are happening right now. The past we can't control. We all know that. It's gone. There's nothing you could do about it. Whatever happened, happened, and it sucks. But now we're in the present and we're in the moment of change. And we aren't going to see results immediately, but it's about the little tiny changes, okay? And especially in high performance, I tell the athletes when they're learning a new skill, it's going to take some time, especially if your body doesn't know it right away, your brain doesn't click on the mechanics of it right away. It's good, like you're gonna have to build the awareness of it, right? You're gonna need some days, maybe some weeks. For some people, it's some months. But if you stay consistent and you stay true to it, you're gonna get mad at it. You're gonna get mad at not trying to get it. But you stay true to it, so you stay consistent, you follow the right path and the right instructions, like the world is your oyster, okay? So here's something. The present is preparation for the future, okay? So that's what you got to do. What feels like loneliness or hardship now is actually the universe refining you and building you. You are that butterfly, but right now you're in that cocoon. You are an innocent caterpillar, soft and squishy, close to the ground, easy to get stepped on, easy to get eaten, easy to get exposed to danger. Right? So now you're in your cocoon phase. We're in our cocoon phase. We got to where we needed to be. We're finding ourselves. And now we're ready to break out of that shell. But in order to break out of that shell, what do you got to do? You got to start working on the present, which is in that shell. We're in that shell. We're building ourselves. We got to start doing the little things to build ourselves and make ourselves better. Okay? So, great things take time. Okay? So if I wanted to make a masterpiece right now in art, with the modern tech and everything, sure, in these times, I could probably make a masterpiece within a few hours. But if we really thought about it, that masterpiece, before I even put the brush to canvas, before they even touch, I had to have an imagination first. And then I had to have a vision first. And then I had to have life experiences. And I had to have psychological viewpoints and stances and emotional settings that are hardwired through life experiences in itself. Fair to say, right? So before that brush touches the canvas, there is a series of life events that transpire that create that human being to display their pain or their art or their joy or whatever emotion in through that canvas they'd like to do, right? So think of it that way. Think of it like that. You can't create your masterpiece unless you've already understood how to do your line work, how to do your portions right. Your proportions have to be right. Like if you're drawing a human and it's got a big old head and a tiny little body and stuff, people aren't going to take it seriously. If your proportions are properly executed with the right shapes and the right understanding, so another human brain that doesn't understand art could look at it and it immediately clicks and resonates. Oh my goodness, this is it. Then you know you're on the right path, right? Then you know you're doing the right thing. So take that time to build your perfection, okay? The best journeys don't have shortcuts. And if you take shortcuts into this, it's not going to happen. YouTube, a lot of people want to be that YouTube superstar. Remember, we're almost a month into the first year, right? Of 2000, or we're almost the first month into the year, right? So 2025 January is almost done, and a lot of people are already stopped YouTube. I've been checking a lot of people out, dude. A lot of people started YouTube heavy and strong, and now you barely even see them, okay? So trust what's meant for you. is already in motion, even if you can't see it, right? So there are journeys to everything. And when you take those shortcuts, you're not going to get what's meant to you. You aren't going to see the end vision, right? The motion of momentum doesn't carry that way, right? You could see it in sport a lot, or you could see it in politics when they're debating, but when that energy of momentum swings to one side, it stays there until there's a drastic transfer or turnover, okay? So just know that your honest work is building the momentum to carry you forward, okay? All right, so you're truly not alone. And that's what I want to tell you. I know I feel alone a lot of times. I'm like, damn, like being adopted. Like, anyway, I don't want to go into it, but I'm adopted and all this blah, blah, blah. But I really feel alone a lot of times. It's, I've got no real blood to just jump and, go and like connect with like that on that level, right? So you're truly not alone. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because there's so many other people that have the same life experiences as me, or people that could just relate on that level as a personal human being. You already know this. They say blood is thicker than water, but friendship seems to be the thickest bond at times, right? Or a stranger's words could be the kindest you've ever heard, right? Or actions could be the biggest things to change you or move you, okay? Others who've walked similar paths often find their way to each other. Once you step into your purpose, you'll attract the right people. And I'm not realizing it, but apparently I'm attracting the right people, So, parents are reaching out to have me coach their kids. Productions are giving us gifts now. I've never had gifts given. At the beginning of season 3, I'm telling you, like 3-4 of these lead actors came up and took selfies with us, the 3 Rock Camp. But that was like, Jordan came up, hey, what's up? Stephanie came up, hey, Eve. I'm telling you, like, it's I don't want to say it's weird, but it's just normally on a film set, like, I don't want to say we're background, we're special skills, but like we're like in between background and like stunt acting, So it's a budget thing, it's a production thing, it's just what it is. But I'm so thankful and fortunate to have it. So it's been 3 seasons strong now, and we're gonna go into 4. So so that was just my closing thoughts on that. So I just want you to really understand that those who walk similar paths often find their way to each other, right? Now you're gonna walk similar paths with a lot of people, and you'll find your people, you'll find your happiness. So just keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing, stay true, stay honest, and document everything on YouTube, because now YouTube is promoting small creators, okay? And this is why I want to create these videos. I want you guys to be motivated and know that these little stories matter, okay? So let's go through the 3 points real quick. I'm not going to give you no story time this time. You feel like you don't belong, and that's okay. That's a great sign. You face unusual hard struggles, right? You have deep intuitions or strong inner callings, right? And while you shouldn't be too concerned about the present, okay? So with all those topics that we covered today, just remember that you matter and you're very important, and I care about you. And if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't be posting daily and thinking about and researching about all this stuff and making notes, so that way I just don't stagnate and like kill all your time. I know your time's valuable. Okay, so I'm Coach Andrew. If you have any comments, let me know. If you're going through any struggles or concerns, if you have any stories you'd like to tell, put them in the comments. I'm all ears. It's going to be a great year for us. I have a feeling it's going to be a great year for all of us. And I just want to say I love each and every one of you, and I'm working on doing better for these videos. So thank you so much. I'll be posting a video about visiting Emily Carr yesterday, and I just fell in love with the artwork in the graffiti hallway. So you're going to see there's like an 8 or 9 minute video out there. So enjoy it, and I love you all. Be good, be safe, and I'll hit you up with a new video maybe later today or tomorrow or tonight. We'll see.